All right, cool topic today. How I add income to a lot of the businesses that we acquire through uh, trading with a very specific strategy. I've mentioned a little bit before, but I wanted to break down one of the couple strategies that we use because I think it's something that you can use in your personal life, but also something that you should definitely be using in the deals that you do. Just realized my throat is a little itchy. We'll let a couple folks get in here, like, subscribe, say hello as you're coming in, and I'm gonna grab a glass of water real quick. I think I've been on a roll almost this last week. I think we've had a call almost every, trying to do at least one quick call a day. All right, say hello as you pop in. Let's talk trading. So this is one of the risk-free ways to generate income on the internet, depending on where you are. And I love doing this within a business because the business always income. And in the Patreon, I share some of the trades that I'm doing, and I think it's something that's pretty simple. It's just not understood. Understand it is very, very simple, but before you understand, it's like, okay, this is all completely foreign. Other thing that's really interesting to me, and I was in the United States recently and was hanging out with my family and was talking to them a little bit about this strategy. It's like, man, it's very interesting that nobody talks about this. And those are the things that I'm most interested in. It's like if something, there are wealthy people that do something, and I never hear anybody poor talking about it. I'm more interested in that. If poor people are talking about it, it's like, okay, well, I don't really want to learn stuff from poor people. So this those strategies, and I want to share it with y'all on a free freaking YouTube video, man. So, and all that, guess what? Return, make a little deal with you right now. Y'all know I love making deals. So let's talk about what this deal is. I'm gonna share with you information. I'm taking a little bit of time on a very, very busy day for me. It's been back to back, and I think my last thing is something I am looking forward to. Our Pefi 7 call will be my last call of the evening, and we've got a DMI call. And then I've got several things in between now and then. So very busy day, but guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to take some time out of my very busy day, share it with you. All I ask is that you hit me with a like down below and maybe even say hello. You know what I mean? I'm my home. I'm very hospitable. And all I ask is that you press a single. Let's talk. Let's talk this deal. Now, the reason I like this, the way that you can structure these types of deals is that it is structuring. You're literally, and I won't get too complicated. There are some complicated structures that you can do that go beyond what we're going to talk about. What I'm going to talk about right now is very, very profitable, and you can literally see your odds. I'll talk about one of my trades recently where it's like it tells you, okay, 5% chance that you're going to win in this trade. So you can literally know your odds before you're going in. I want to talk to you on this video about selling put options. And so that's one of a few strategies that we use. And I love this one because you're basically selling someone else the right to sell the stock at a price, and it puts you in the role of the casino. You're basically acting as the casino and selling these options to the market. Now, this is really amazing. If you can sell someone this option and you already want to own the stock, you end up in a win-win. Now, what do we love in deal making? Y'all know what we love. We love wins. We want to win no matter what. I want to. So one of the things I love about private equity funds, my biggest transition in private equity once I got into, it's like, oh wow, and I didn't know this in my first couple funds until I started to kind of study what other funds were doing and getting access to those case studies that we go through now in PEFI. But I didn't know, oh, based on how you structure your fund and then how you structure the deals within your fund, you can win-wins where, hey, we win if this business does well. We win if this business doesn't do so well. We win if this business goes completely into bankruptcy. And this is that kind of deal structuring when you get into the stock market. Now, the other reason you want to sell these is that it's going to generate an income. And if you're doing this within your corporate structure, you're going to generate income into your business. And then if you create around this and outsource it so that you're not the person doing this, we were doing this in our Rhyme Makers business for a little while. I think it was that one, and Andrew was running that. So he opened up the account and he's doing that. And so if you can get somebody else to do this strategy and you have them coming in, guess what? You can count that as a part of your income. So you literally can buy a business, use that business's income to do some of these strategies, have that income into this, and now when you sell business, you're selling business at a higher multiple. So those are a couple of the really cool things. Now, unlike selling calls, you don't have to own the stock in order to sell and get a premium, sell that option and get a premium. So you can literally not own the stock at all and be interested in buying that stock, sell the put, get income, and like we said, it's win. Maybe the stock stays high. I'll talk a little bit about this in a second when you're going to buy it, but you may just get the premium, never have to buy the stock, and go sell get a premium again. So I've got a bunch of, actually I have we've got in a few of the portfolios stocks that I wanted to buy, but we're just getting the premium every week, getting the premium because we've been in this very weird kind of up and down space, but it's overall been very bullish so far this. So that is one thing that I love. The other thing is, if you're in this kind of never lose situation and you want to own the stock, you can do deals with almost like the stock market where you get a lot higher premium that is closer to the stock prices, the price that you want to buy the stock at, and just keep doing that over and over until finally you do it, and then you switch to the other strategy that we're not covering today, which is the cover calls. Now, if you don't want to buy the stock at all, there is something a little bit more complicated that you can do with spreads. I don't want to get into that today. We do have a training in the Patreon, and we're doing some more of those. The next one is on this. It's on the Merger Consultant, but we've got some of the deeper training, and we did a whole training on this strategy, add income to your business inside of the Patreon. So let's talk about it. Before we get into it, do check out the Patreon, do subscribe. Tell me what types of trades you're doing to add income to your business. All right, some of the important things to understand. Number one, you can get exercised on. So if the stock goes below the price of the put option, then the person who bought that option for you is basically going to sell you the stock at the higher price, and they basically are buying it at that lower price, and they get that spread. The other part that I love is that you're basically still buying that stock at a discount because you're getting the premium. So you get that premium, and now you're buying the stock at a discount. Now, if you don't stock, you get to keep that premium. So that's kind of what we're talking about in this win-win. Either I'm getting the stock at a discount because I got the premium, or the stock's high and I just keep that premium. So The next thing that I really love is, the stock does get a little bit lower, it gets close to where you are, and you get nervous. You don't want to buy the stock or it basically gives you kind of this out clause. So you can sell the option, you get that money, and maybe this is a stock where you don't know if you want to own it or not. You're paid to kind of watch the stock and just decide, hey, is this a deal that I want to do? Do I want to buy this stock? And then I want to figure out how I'm getting the income on this one. So um, but then you get into it, maybe some news comes out, or there's something that it's gonna happen, earnings may be coming up and you don't know what's going to happen. So instead of you taking the risk of buying that stock, you can sell, get the premium, watch it. And then if it does go against you, all you have to do is basically use some of that premium. If it's a little bit higher, you can put some cash with it and buy that option back to close out of that. And so you're lowering your risk while you watch that. And so you still have the upside potential, but not the downside potential of you've owned the stock, now you're stuck, and the stock starts, you've got to sell it at a loss. So it just gives you a little bit of a cushion where you can watch it without having to buy that stock. Now, if you're in the Patreon, you know that I like to double up the income here. So the stocks that I'm going to focus on are the ones that are generating a dividend. So I want to get a dividend that is coming in if I end up buying that stock. So I'm filtering this on a couple of things. Number one is, what's the premium? I want to get good fat premiums. And I'll give you an example of a current deal. So I do share screenshots of what I do inside of the page, but I'll give you guys one of the recent trades as an example. So if you're in a situation where you are really you can sell the premium, you can do it on a stock that generates a really great dividend. And so I'm looking at both of those factors, and then I'm looking at the total yield. Get a yield on the dividend that's really great, and then on top of that, I can do a premium that's really great, and then I'll filter all of those filter to see if in addition to those things, it's a stock that I want to own. And I also shared my spreadsheet of how I map out and make those decisions. So let's talk an example to wrap up. One of there are a few stocks that have really wanted to buy, and they've just been on an absolute tear here recently. It's Apple, example, Microsoft, and Nvidia. And the really cool thing is, with all three of those examples, these are not these kind of random stocks where you can make, you can make a lot of money, but they're like penny, they're sucky companies or whatever. All three of those are like companies that I want to own. I don't mind owning them forever or whatever. And in each one of those cases, I've been selling premiums. And I started out with Microsoft selling premiums in the 240 range. And it's kind of a pro and a con. So there's been a consistent income each week of about $500 as I've been chasing this thing up to 45. And so you look at a month that can generate a couple $1,000s. And I want to tell you the warning on this income, but of course, this can add $2,000 to that business, in which my partners in that business love. It's like, hey, we're just getting this extra money that's coming in. The biggest downside is I do want to own that, so I have missed out on that increase. So that's something to be aware of. Like, I wanted to own that. I knew I wanted to own it at 245, but I sold premium, get $500 for that week, but it goes up to 250. So I sell another premium at the 250, it goes up again, and so we've made income. I want to share the downside with this. Now I'm getting paid very well to not buy it. I do want to buy it, and now over the course of this has probably started out at the beginning of the year. We've been making this, and now it's at 300, and so this equivalent that I'm making as much as I would have, but the kind of the downside is I didn't just own So that is something that is the downside. The second thing to be aware of is this is taxable income. It's income, and the IRS wants. And so, I was looking over for the last 4 years. I think it is important that I haven't really talked about this because I want to be able to look back and I can say, since we added that to the businesses, this has been profitable every single year for the past 4 years. But it's something where you aside the money because you gotta pay your taxes. Let's bounce. Let's go. Let's stop. We'll get comments. Chat popped in, says, "What's up, Ace? What is up, chaps? And thanks for saying hello." Melissa says, "Hello. I appreciate it." And this is a major key in deal making. The goal is winning no matter what happens. And as much as you can, if you can structure deals to win no matter what happens, that is really valuable. Now, is cases where that doesn't work, of course, but if you're doing that as much as possible, the odds are always going to be in your favor long term by continuing to do deals. All right, everybody, have a very profitable rest of your day, and I'll plan to talk to y'all soon.